Body awareness tactile imaging is a descriptive term for where we put everything together that we've been learning here. Body awareness tactile imaging is when you move a focus point of body awareness through your physical body with certain techniques and patterns. When you move a focal point of body awareness through your physical body, it stimulates the nerves in your flesh. This causes a variety of physical sensations, quite noticeable, in your physical body. These sensations help create a natural neurological feedback loop which help you stay more strongly connected to your physical body. And in turn, beneath the surface of your physical body, it brings you much more closely in touch with your subtle energy body. You can add properties to body awareness actions with the use of imagination. For example, if you have an inflamed area of your body and you want to cool it, you would imagine that you're using cool water spray or an ice block moving through your body at your focal point of body awareness. We also add intentions to shape body awareness actions. For example, if your intention is to raise energy or to project energy, it's quite different. Also, feel free to experiment with different combinations of body awareness actions, intentions, and properties. The human energy body is extremely robust and you won't break anything. The first exercise we're about to do is the hand brushing exercise. It is crucial to master and practice this before moving on, because the method and the experience you will get out of doing this is fundamental to everything that's coming up in this course. Now, before we begin, there are two sides to the energy body. Imagine you are split down the middle from the front, and you have a left side and a right side, of course. Now, most people find that one side is more sensitive to energy work than the other side, and which side this is varies from person to person. It's something you'll discover as you move on. A few people don't notice the difference, but most people do. So if, for example, you are having difficulty feeling sensations while doing the hand brushing exercise with the left hand, change over to the right and you may have more luck. For our first exercise, I want you to take your left hand and hold it up like I am. Now flex the fingers of your left hand tightly several times and then stop and relax. And notice that you've caused a residual sensation in the whole of the hand by doing this. Now relax and focus on that sensation you just caused. And I want you to sense with the whole of your hand for every tiny little air movement, for every tiny little air temperature change. Sense for it like your life depended on it. Fan your hand a couple of times, blow on it just to get a feel for it. But sense for any air movement. Air temperature changes, sense for it. And while you're sensing with your left hand, you will notice your hand charging up. You'll start to feel a heaviness, a prickling, a light buzzing, some various sensations there. And these are good signs that the nerves in your whole of your hand are charging up with activity as you focus your body awareness in the whole of your left hand. Now, the longer you do this, the stronger those sensations will get, sensing with your hand. Continue this for a few minutes, and when you've done that, we'll repeat the exercise with your right hand. Flex it a few times, relax it, focus on the residual sensation, and then sense for air movement and air temperature changes. And sense and feel with that for every little air movement, every change in temperature. And again, you'll find your hand charging up. For this next exercise, I want you to make your right hand comfortable. Now, you can hold it up like I'm doing, or you can rest it on a cushion in front of you. It's got to be relaxed. You don't want to be tense here. And you want to have access with your left hand to it, see, palm upwards, if you're doing this. Now the first thing to do here is to take the fingertips of your left hand and to drag them backward and forwards over the underside of your hand and fingers of your right hand. Now, as you are dragging your hand over it, I want you to memorize the touch that you're causing in this hand. Memorize the feel that you're causing here as you move your hand backwards and forwards. In a moment, we're going to stop doing this, so it's important to memorize the movement of touch in your hand, because we're going to stop touching it and we're going to move the awareness alone. Right, stop touching it and move the feel backward and forwards, fingertips to wrist. It can help if you look at it and move your fingers like this, pointing to it. Imagine you've got little laser beams coming out of your fingertips of this hand. Backward and forwards, fingertips to wrist at about this speed. And the longer you do this, the stronger the sensations will get. And after doing this for a minute, stop doing it with this hand and move the feel alone. Just use your eyes looking up and down, moving the feel through your hand. Fingertips to wrist. Fingertips to wrist. The residual sensation effect, like with the action we did earlier, where we flexed and clenched the fist, created a residual sensation in the hand which made it a lot easier to focus your body awareness upon. That effect, the residual sensation effect, is very, very useful for targeting different parts of your anatomy. For example, if you want to work on your feet, you will wiggle your toes and rub your feet on the floor and then relax them, and you will feel that residual sensation there, which makes it easy to target. It's also very useful for, say, if you want to work on one digit, a finger or a toe, you would give that a little rub or a scratch, create a residual sensation that makes it easy to target and work on that small area. When we're working on the limbs, we generally do paired actions, 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 legs, simultaneously. We don't work on one at a time. And that is unless we are aiming for intensity. If you want a very intense action, by increasing the willpower applied to the body awareness action, you can get a very strong, rapid, hard action moving, which is useful if you want to clear blockages in that area or to clear it and wake it up. Put your hands out in front of you, clench them a few times, flex your fingers, and rub them together, even clap them a few times to make residual sensations in both your hands. Then relax them in front of you and move your body and awareness through both hands simultaneously, fingertips to wrists, fingertips to wrists, about this speed, backward and forwards, fingertips to wrists. Keep moving up and down, fingertips to wrists, through the whole of both of your hands, through the bones, flesh and muscle. Feel it deep in your hands as you move your body awareness, fingertips to wrists, through both hands simultaneously. Continue this for a few minutes. When you are teaching this technique to others, always start with the hands first and basically do what I've done already so far in this unit. Get a person to put both hands out in front of you. I always start with both hands instead of just one, because it's just as easy to do one as it is to do two. And then run your fingers up and down over the palms and underside of their fingertips, just like I did. And after you get them to memorize that, stop doing it and get them to move the feel alone. And importantly here, when you get to that point there, put your own hands out there and continue moving body awareness backward and forwards through your hands as well. Because while you're moving your body awareness through your hands, your person you are teaching will pick up the technique much more quickly than they would if you didn't do this. This exercise will help familiarize you with the spatial coordinates of your body and how to move your focal point of body awareness through the substance of your flesh. Starting with your left hand, make fists a couple of times and spread your fingers. Do that a few times and stop and relax. And feel your hand with your senses. And you'll feel a little bit of buzzing in there which you've caused, a residual sensation caused by making fists. Now, move that feel, that point of awareness, up through your wrist, forearm, to your left elbow. And feel it moving through your body until you feel the left elbow. And then continue up to the left shoulder. And then continue moving up through the side of the head to the top of your head. And then move it down to your nose and feel the shape of your nose with your body awareness. And then continue down to your right shoulder and move it down through the flesh of your upper arm to your right elbow. And then continue down to your right hand. Now continue this practice and repeat it a few times, and then extend it down into the legs and the feet and other parts of the body. This practice will help familiarize you with the spatial coordinates of your body parts and how to move your focal point of body awareness from one part to another. Now I'm going to show you the main tactile imaging actions that we use to stimulate the energy body. And these are used in various combinations for a lot of different purposes. The first one we've already done, and that is the brushing action, where you feel your body awareness moving backward and forwards, fingertips to wrist, on the surface of your hand, from your fingertips to your wrist. Now, this can be extended up the entire side of the arm, or the back of the arm, backward and forwards, or up and down the side of the leg, the front of the leg, the back of the leg, any part of the body. And we also use this for stimulating chakras, along with other techniques. And if you were, for example, stimulating your heart chakra, you would brush from side to side across the heart area, and then you would brush up and down over that area to help stimulate it. If you are stimulating your third eye, your brow chakra, you would brush from side to side, like that, across the forehead, and then you would brush up and down. So you stimulate it in two different directions. And now we have the wrapping action. Now the wrapping action, imagine and feel that you are wrapping a thick, wide bandage around your body. Say you are wrapping around the hand, and then working your way up to the wrist, and then all the way up the arm, all the way to your shoulder, and then back down again. You can do this on any part of your body, up and down your leg, up and down through the torso, and you can do it around body parts. For example, on the side of a chakra, you would wrap around the entire chest, front and back, over and over again, and then back the other way to help stimulate that area. Because chakras are not just little wheels at the front of your body, they also have a rear aspect and side aspects to them as well. So these actions used together help to stimulate as many different areas of it as possible. The stirring action, imagine you have a paintbrush coming out of your fingers and you are painting an area like this on the palm of your hand, or you might be doing it on the chest area here. But don't just draw a circle on your hand or your chest or wherever you're using this. Imagine you've got a paintbrush and you're painting that whole area. So you're contacting with the entire area as you stir it. The bounce action is an extremely versatile technique, and you'll find yourself using this more than all of the other techniques because it's so versatile. Now, to perform a bounce action, imagine and feel that you have a tennis ball or softball size ball of energy at the end of your fingertips here or over the hand. And feel and imagine this ball moving up your arm to your shoulder, moving through the whole of your flesh and your bone, backward and forwards from your shoulder to your fingertips. And keep it moving until you get a nice bounce action going. And experiment with the speed of this action, speeding it up until you lose touch with it. And when you lose touch with it, you'll lose touch with your body, the flesh in between the start and the finish of a bounce action. So you'll tend to skip from here to there instead of moving through the arm. So if that happens, you lose touch with the limb, just slow it down and concentrate a little bit until you get a nice bounce action occurring. You can also do whole body bounce actions with a big ball from your feet to your head. And you can also do dual limb bounce actions as well. Now imagine you have two balls of energy, one at each set of fingertips, and you're bouncing them up and down to the shoulders through both arms simultaneously, or from your feet to your hips through both legs simultaneously. An extended bounce action is simply where you take your focal point of body awareness outside of the limitations of the physical body. For example, if you are stimulating your brow center with a bounce action and you're moving your ball of energy from the front to the back of your head and through the substance of your brain, you would take that out, say at arm's length in front of you and arm's length behind you, moving your bouncing ball outside and through the body. Or if you're going from temple to stimulate the inner part of the brow chakra, you have a small ball of energy on one side and you move that through the head and outside the body and then back through and outside the body. If you are using a whole body bounce action from head to feet, you could move this bounce action up into the sky or down into the planet. The slicing action. Imagine and feel that you have a disc of energy about the size of a CD or a drink coaster. And imagine and feel that you are slicing this up and down through a body part. Very useful on joints, for getting deep into the joint with your body awareness, for self-healing, and various other things for removing blockages and that. Imagine and feel that every time you slice through your body, you raise the action about 1/4 inch, a few millimeters, and you work your way up and down through the body part. And this action is particularly useful, as I said, for joints and also for working through the spine on the inside of your body, slicing side to side, down through the neck and then down through the spine. The tearing action is generally used over major chakras. And if, for example, you were stimulating your heart chakra, you would use and imagine and feel a double-handed tearing action, as if you were tearing a big red bread roll apart. Feel your fingers digging into your flesh and then opening as you open the heart chakra up. And you can also do it that way, up and down or side to side. Or if you're using it over the brow center, you would use this action here with your body awareness. We use combinations of the actions that I've just showed you when we're stimulating the chakras particularly. And by combinations, I don't mean that we mix them together. We use one action at a time, and then we might change to another action. For example, if you were stimulating your heart chakra and you would start with a brushing action and you'd use that for 20 seconds or so, then you would change to a stirring action, and then you would change to maybe a bounce action or a wrapping action. Energy work has a momentum to it. And by that I mean your focal point of body awareness, when you are using it in your body, it develops a momentum very, very quickly. If, for example, you are using a stirring action clockwise in the chest area and you continue that for 30 seconds or so, you will find that if you stop that and try to turn it anti-clockwise, it takes quite a bit of willpower and you can feel it wants to go clockwise. And it takes a bit of effort to change the direction of it. Or if you are bouncing energy balls from your feet to your hips up and down through your legs for a while, if you stop that and stop focusing on that, you'll find the bounce action continues. It wants to continue. And we don't really know what causes this. Logically, I think what we're doing is your focal point of body awareness, or points of body awareness, if you're doing energy work on two limbs, create something like a very, very simple kind of thought form. And you program that, of course, by bouncing it up and down through your legs or continuing an action repeatedly. And when you stop performing that action, these little thought forms continue carrying out what they're programmed to do. And that's about the best explanation I have for that. But it can be useful particularly if you're doing large bounce actions and that, it makes them more easy to do, much more easily to keep going. You can get a powerful bounce action moving through you, for example, which may take quite a bit of concentration, but once you've been doing it for a short time, it gets a lot easier. Physical relaxation is not required to perform energy work that we've been doing here today. Deep physical relaxation is not required for normal levels of energy work using tactile imaging. You can perform energy work while you are fully awake, even while you are walking, talking, driving, as it only takes a small part of your mind to actually perform energy work. However, when you want deeper activation of the chakras, you will find that a deep state of relaxation is highly beneficial. And this is because as the physical body is deeply relaxed and begins falling asleep, the chakras activate more strongly. They open like a flower, and then energy work has a much more profound effect upon the chakras. There are a variety of sensations commonly associated with this type of energy work, and these are the tingling, buzzing, heaviness, the thickness, and including adrenaline-like rushes up through your body and different parts of your body, which can be quite breathtaking at times. Now, they are commonly quite strong when you first start doing energy work for the first couple of months, and then they will commonly reduce. And a lot of people think that they're doing something wrong because the sensations have reduced, that neurological feedback is lower. But the reverse actually applies. The heavy symptoms are caused by resistance in the energy body and in the nerves in the physical body not being used to the higher than usual flow of energy through them by electrical activity, which causes a lot of symptoms. And as you continue doing energy work, you'll find the sensations reduce as your physical body's nerves and the energy body become accustomed to a higher than usual flow of energy. Other common side effects for this type of energy work are more vivid dreams and also insomnia. Now, the insomnia is always caused by performing energy work just before you are going to sleep. Energy work tends to invigorate and wake up the mind. So this is easily solved by not doing energy work for an hour or two before you're actually going to go to sleep. Other side effects for energy work, which particularly occur in the first week or two of starting energy work in earnest, are periods of low energy. Now, low energy periods are usually a short-term problem, and they're caused by removing blockages in your energy body through the practice of energy work and through using up more energy than you have stored. For example, when you condition the energy body to handle a stronger than usual flow of energy, this will often deplete your storage, and it takes a little while for your energy body to adjust, but this seldom lasts longer than a week or two. Other common side effects are you may start having more frequent than usual out-of-body experiences, and you may also find any dormant psychic abilities you have will activate. And you may, for example, start seeing auras around people, or you might start having visions. The golden rule is the solution to any issues or problems that might arise through the course of undertaking energy work. Some of the symptoms you might get can be continuing energy body rushes. You may get some cramping or a little bit of pain. Doesn't happen often, but it happens occasionally. You may find yourself getting manic and over-energized. You may find yourself getting a bit loopy. Now, the solution to this is to apply the golden rule, and that is to stop immediately that anything goes wrong, or if you feel worried about something, and take a break. This break can be an hour, a day, a week, or a month, as long as is necessary for your body to adjust and heal itself. Now, this is similar in principle to what bodybuilders do. Bodybuilders will work their muscles out until they burn muscles, and then they'll take a few days break and rest and eat well, and the muscles will rebuild themselves much stronger and larger. And through that process, they develop their body and develop very large muscles indeed. The same principle applies to the energy body. Sometimes it needs to take a break and it needs to rest and rebuild itself stronger and leaner than it was before. It's important to understand grounding when you're doing energy work, because if you become over-energized, there are ways that you can reduce the energy in your body and to dump the energy in your body into the planet. Now, the first way of grounding is to eat. Have a heavy protein meal and overeat and have a beer or a glass of wine, and you will find that will shut your energy body down very rapidly. You can also ground yourself in the shower by standing under the shower and using your body awareness to feel the energy flowing down through you and away down the plug hole with the water. Now, you can also lay on the grass or the bare earth and with your body awareness feel a long cord going into the center of the earth and feel your energy flowing into the planet. The sensations you will feel in your physical body, caused by the residual targeting sensation method we use to focus your body awareness on particular parts of your energy body, are not solely responsible for the sensations you will feel in your physical body caused by the energy work actions themselves. For example, the method we use with the hands, tightening and clenching the fists and opening the fingers a few times, or even clapping the hands, to cause a residual sensation which is used to focus your body awareness senses on so you can move your body awareness up and down through the hand. That action here causes a residual sensation which will last for several seconds or so. After that, any sensations you feel in that area come from the tactile imaging action alone. The minimal sensations you will feel while undertaking tactile imaging is like a magnetic, subtle, fuzzy wave. It's just you could feel something moving through your body, following the point of your body awareness that you're moving through your body. It's like a little subtle fuzzy sensation. It's nothing dramatic, but you can feel it. Now, if you continue working on a particular area like the hand, that will grow into quite strong sensations after a while. And the strength of the sensations will continue to increase if you continue to work on them. No sensation at all after performing energy work for some time, and let's say you've been doing it for a couple of weeks and trying the different actions out and you're not feeling anything in your body. If you don't feel anything, that is not a good health indicator, and it's advisable to go and get a checkup with a medical doctor. If you are having problems connecting with your energy body, with your body awareness senses, there are things you can do which will help enhance your connection, that mind-body connection. Showering can help with this. If when you stand under the shower, you become aware of and feel the water running down over your body. And as you move around under the shower head, you feel the water running down over different areas of your body. You can also use a sponge for this, and you can do this in a bathtub. Get a big sponge and fill it with water and pour it down over different areas of your body, and being aware of the feel as the water moves over your body. And this will help connect you better with your energy body. Dry brushing is also a great help. Get a wooden brush designed for skin brushing from a health food store. They're only a few dollars. And use that to brush your skin, which is a very healthy thing to do. And as you brush over your skin, be aware of the sensation you're causing with the brush as you brush the different parts of your body. And this will help connect you better with your energy body. Massage is also excellent for this. Go and get a massage, or get your partner to massage you, or a friend, and as their hands move over your body, be aware of those hands and where they are on your body, and follow them as they move up and down over your body. And all of these things will help to reconnect you with your body awareness senses. The speed of a body awareness action, as we discussed earlier, affects the intensity of the action and the impact it has on the physical body's nerves and the energy body beneath it. The focus of your point of body awareness also has an impact upon your body awareness, nerves, and the energy body. And by focus, is like concentration, a focus of will on the action. And you can use imagination to help with this. For example, if you're bouncing an energy ball up and down through your left arm, imagine that energy ball, instead of being light, is made of lead or rock or steel. And of course you need more intensity to ram this energy ball up and down through your arm, so you focus more strongly upon that action. And as you move it through your body, you'll find that intensity has much more impact upon the body, its physical nerves, and upon the energy body beneath it. There is a widespread problem with body awareness energy work, which you will come across occasionally, if not already. And this problem involves parallel bounce actions when you're bouncing from your feet to your hips or from your hands to your arms, up and down. And what happens is the bounce action becomes erratic, and instead of your body awareness moving smoothly up and down through both legs or both arms, this happens. One is slower than the other, and it puts you right out of sync, and it makes it difficult, and it has much less impact upon the energy body. A solution to this is to do an opposing bounce action, starting with one foot and the opposite hip, and move your body awareness in opposite directions like this. And you'll find, even if you've got a slowness problem here, doing it this way will give you a nice, steady, powerful action, and you won't have the same differences in speed involved which were throwing you before. And this solves many problems. After you've carried out an opposing bounce action for 30 seconds, say, go back to parallel bouncing and see what happens. It will take a bit of effort and willpower to do the changeover, because energy body momentum will want to keep you moving like this. But focus on a parallel bounce action and put some real effort and focus into that and see what happens. You often find that you now have a nice smooth bounce action, and the problem that was causing the slowness on one side is no longer there. If it is there, however, continue doing an opposing bounce action as long as you need to, because it's most important to stimulate the energy body rather than carry out a particular type of energy work action. There's no saying you have to use parallel bounce actions. The opposing one does exactly the same thing, and the purpose of it is to stimulate the legs. And but try now and then going back to a parallel bounce action, and that way you can keep a check on when the problem's been rectified. To improve the flow of energy into and through your energy body, we use fine hand and footwork. Now, by fine-handed footwork, this involves an intense exploration of your hands and feet. Every little knuckle, every little tendon and muscle and joint, one finger at a time. And using every energy work action we have there, working on every little joint and part, and really exploring and exercising every little millimetre of your hands, each side of them. And we also do this on the feet as well. And you will find that this level of work intensifies the amount of energy that can flow into and out of your hands and feet. Now, to further your study on this, you can either get a copy of our energy work program here on astraldynamics.com. Also, you might like to get a copy of my book called Energy Work, or download a copy of my online tutorial, New Energy Ways.